Hey everyone. I am about 4 months late and several dollars short, but I am going to continue my run of Hustlecat from my 12 Games of Giftmas series. I'm not even sure why I'm calling it 12 Games of Giftmas anymore, let's be honest. It has nothing to do with Christmas anymore, and I'm not sure I have exactly 12 games. But let's get this show on the road. Where last we left off, we had just spent sort of a date night with Mason. I think Avery was fully in denial about that, to be honest. It's like, Mason is being all friendly to me. Why? Why could this be? It could not have anything to do with the fact that she likes me or anything. We wake up, however, and Mason is gone. And I believe we are going to go and look for her, and also some breakfast. Now, I believe it is this save is the one we want? Yes. It's way earlier than I usually get up, but I feel wide awake. There's no use going back to sleep when a certain cat chef is at large. Might as well go out for breakfast. Maybe I'll find her along the way. As I shower and putter around the apartment, I try to think of where she could have gone. Well, I mean, where have we seen her so far? We've seen her in the corner shop, which is run by someone who is probably either her dad or her grandfather, and we have seen her at the cat cafe, so I say we check out those places. She's always got somewhere to be, so I guess it's wherever that is. It's not like she could have another job, right? Or like a secret date friend? Not that I'm jealous. Or maybe, I think back to what Reese said. Maybe she's in trouble or causing trouble? Yeah, but are you going to believe Reese? That can't be it. She's not like that. I got ready at a grossly early time. Graves was right. I really am getting used to the cursed Daystar, or whatever nerdy thing he called it. Ah, the yellow face, it burns us. Mason's probably at the cafe doing prep, but I don't actually know if anyone's opened the floor yet or not. I might even be at laundry to work, assuming he didn't sleep there. I've got a key now, but it feels weird to just, show up. What if Mason isn't there yet and it's just me and a bunch of cats? I see no downside to this situation, then you get to spend time with all the cats. What if Graves is wandering around in his pajamas? I don't want to see that. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. I'll kill time before I go in. I want donuts anyway. Oh, she's gonna be there. She's gonna be in the corner shop, you know she is. This place has the best donuts. I feel like I've had them recently, even though I haven't been here in a while. Maybe they're just so good it only feels like it was yesterday. It was about 4 months ago. Anyway. The owner is absorbed in his own world of coffee and newspaper. I stand at the counter for a few seconds waiting for him to notice me. He doesn't. Excuse me? I see his hand reach out, but it's only to scratch the head of the sleeping cat next to him. Hi, Mason! It hits me as hard as Mason probably punches. I know that cat. Why is she... Ah! Ah, yourself. I hear you. What do you want? Oh, sorry. Donuts. Please. Wow, this guy has the same effectiveness that Mason does, i.e. making us really stammery. Yeah, I got those. Yeah. Which do you want? Are you gonna make me guess? His demeanor is so familiar. I glance down at Mason asleep without a care in the world. Cat's not included with donuts. Pick what you want unless you're going to stand there catching flies. Catching flies, that's what Mason said. Oh, sorry, 2 chocolate, please. He seems way familiar. Yes, it's almost as if... Oh, Avery. He turns to get the donuts. Mason hasn't stirred. I'm starting to get nervous. I hope she doesn't freak out if she sees me. So, you like cats? Never cared either way. Nice to have the company. So, she keeps you company. Are you all alone here? Usually. No family or anything? Well, I had a daughter/granddaughter. He takes his time putting the donuts in a wax paper bag, meticulously folding the top over and over. He drops the bag on the counter and turns away. Oh, we hit a sore spot. Not anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. Why? Do you do something to them? No, I just mean, in general, I guess, just as a saying. I reach for the donuts even though I don't need them anymore. The foot in my mouth doesn't leave much room for food. So, do you know anyone named Mason? Ow! Before I can even finish, Mason is a blur. Suddenly she's on me. There's a sharp pain in my hand, a lot of hissing, and a little blood. Ah! Hey, hey! He pulls Mason off me, back behind the counter. She's spitting fury, trying to get at me. I'm too shocked to even move. Mason, what gives? What'd you do to her? Nothing. I didn't do anything. You saw me. Look, you should go. Sorry. The donut. Sorry. I leave the donuts on the counter and make a run for the door. I guess Mason heard that we were going to start talking about her and realised that would upset him. Maybe? I keep running, well past the point where I can see the corner store. My hand stings like hell, and I think there's some beads of blood at the corners. Damn, Mason! But that's not what bothers me. What the hell was her problem? Should I even go to work? She'll be there later. What if she goes after me then, too? I don't think she'd do that, but I also didn't think she'd scratch me. And look where we are now. My pace slows until I'm just kind of puttering along. I could go home, but I don't think I have any peroxide or bandages. To be honest, they probably do have that kind of stuff at the cafe. Cat scratches probably do happen. And you know where I'd go for that? The corner store. I can't wrap my head around it. Whatever the cause, it's hard to feel sympathy for someone who just messed up my hand. I'm not feeling any better when I approach the cafe. I see some people-shaped objects in the window. People are here, so I'd better snap out of it. That looks like Landry and Hayes. I know Hayes won't cry, but Landry's such a mama bird. Oh, he's a Hannah. In terms of, looking after your babies. Well, nothing to do but go for it. I take a deep breath and prepare myself, then open the door. Oh, hey, Avery. Oh my gosh, what happened? We better get you patched up. Oh, Avery, come here. We have a first aid kit in the bathroom. Thanks. Hayes runs to the bathroom for the kit. I duck in to wash my hands instead of the chair Landry's pulled up. Oh, they're so good. Such good mother hens. Thanks, guys. It's no big deal. It's just a scratch. It's best to treat it quickly and effectively. You shouldn't risk infection. You don't know where strays have been. You could get something like cat scratch fever. I thought that was just a song. Song? Never mind. It was a stray though, right? It wasn't one of the cats here, or your cat. Well, you see, Landry. Yeah, it was a wild stray. Okay, I'd be worried if we had a cat who'd become aggressive. Well, you see, Landry. How do you tell him it's our chef who's become aggressive? But be careful. Leave it to Graves to bring in the new cats. However he corrals them, he does it well. Probably as a cat, maybe. He says some more stuff about stray cats and Graves, but I'm not paying attention. As Hayes patches me up, I peer past them both towards the kitchen. Maybe I've made a mistake. Maybe it wasn't Mason. It could have been a coincidence where some random cat hates the sound of my voice. It's possible, isn't it? First Mason doesn't show up, now this. I knew I felt bad about today. My mouth dries up and I feel my heart stutter. She's not here. Where is she? What if she doesn't come in at all and it's my fault? Hayes, don't get too worked up. We've dealt with all sorts of weird things here, right? Yes, we turn into cats whenever we leave. We can handle a cat scratch and a little cooking. Let's rank pretty low on the weirdometer. Well, what do you mean? Mason didn't show up? Where is she? I don't know. We haven't heard anything. But don't worry. She might just be sick or something, Yeah, but it's really not like Mason to at least not tell you, right? We're kind of lax about Miss Days. You can't exactly call sick with cat paws. That's true. But still, it's not like her to not show up. She's never missed a day. But I make a pretty mean grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, Landry, bless your heart, you try. And Hayes is good in the kitchen too. Right, Hayes? Yeah, maybe not on this scale, but I can try. Oh gosh, bless him. He's not good under pressure though, you guys. I don't know. I don't want to disappoint anyone. Oh, give that man a hug. They're so calm about it, but there's this bowl of anger simmering in my gut and bubbling up in my throat. Maybe Reese was right. Maybe I'm gonna be treated like this if I get close to her. I mean, I'm sure Reese means well, but he's also kind of being a busybody, so... Avery, please don't be upset. Oh, we must have been wearing our emotions on our sleeves, sorry. Huh? You look so angry. Oh, I do? I'm sorry, I was just thinking about something. Hayes doesn't look convinced. Not surprising, I've never really been very good at holding my anger. Did not roll well on my bluff check. Well, I'm going to get to work. Hayes, will you help me do prep? Hayes and Landry head into the back. As they go, I notice their low murmuring and stolen glances. Let them gossip, everyone does around here. I sullenly reload the napkin holders, staring out the window the whole time. Why is my hand covered in salt? Huh, guess I knocked the shaker over. Okay, so what you want to do is take a pinch and show it over your right shoulder, I think? Or is it left? Get my superstitions mixed up. Ah, crap. I flick the salt off my hand and pick up the shaker. I didn't break it, did I? Avery. Ah! I pitch the shaker in surprise. It clatters against the floor. Now it's definitely broken, so that answers that question. Avery, she's here. Salt cascades onto the floor. Now I've got even more cleanup to do. You don't have to cook after all? She's getting prepped. Did she say what happened? Or where she was? Or... There's still a part of me that's hoping, in spite of myself, maybe something else came up. That maybe I had a run-in with a different crooked-tailed tabby. I didn't ask. Yeah, fair. I mean, who wants to ask Mason why? Anything. I'm sure she has her reasons. Wouldn't be like her to just play hooky. But clawing my hand isn't like her either, is it? I leave the leaky salt shaker where it lies. I need to see her. Oh boy. There she is, chopping veggies like nothing happened. There's Hayes, scrambling around to ready pots and pans. Are you sure you feel okay? If you're sick, you shouldn't fuss over work. We wouldn't want to get germs on the food. Not that you're germ-filled. I'm not sick. Okay, as long as everything is alright. Oh, Avery, I guess you heard? Mason freezes when she hears my name. She stands still, facing away, shoulders braced. I don't get it. Why... Look, if you don't want us to tell him about what's going on, we're not going to, but why are you so determined to keep it a secret? Then she resumes her prep. Just goes back to work like nothing happened. Yeah, just wanted to make sure everything was okay. I want to see her face, know what she's thinking. I try to crane my neck to look, but she whips her head away. I don't get more than a glimpse. I might be reading too much into a split-second glance, but I think I saw guilt. I have to talk to her, I'm going to explode. Hey, Mason? Nothing. Never seen someone so interested in chopping vegetables. God, maybe she's worried about this is going to happen a lot if we get close, I don't know. Mason, you hear me, or do I have to ask Hayes to get your attention? What? Can you help me get something from the basement? See, my hand got all scratched up by some cat. She chops celery like a public execution. After a long, deep breath, she finally turns to me. Shouldn't mess with strays like that. Just come with me. Oh boy. I really hope she tells us what's up. I'm surprised she lets me drag her by the wrist downstairs. She could easily make this like carrying a stone block down a mountain. Well, physically. She's already doing it emotionally. What? What do you mean, what? What? You... What the hell, man? It doesn't have the impact I want, but you try piecing together words when you feel like you're about to boil over. You can't play dumb when you're the one who did it. I panicked. You sure did. Is that your answer? Every time you get upset, just take a chunk out of someone. Look. You look. Whatever your problem is, you didn't have to hurt me. I didn't mean to. No, that's weak. I thought we were cool. But if you're just gonna bully me, I think that's new. But I'm not used to hearing that. Go ahead. I get it from everyone. Oh no, you don't get to hide behind that. That doesn't work for me. Why do you push? I didn't ask for this. Thought we had something nice, but then you push and pry. Give up, like everyone else. Don't make this about you unless you're gonna do it to apologize. Told you it was an accident. I'm sorry, okay? I can't have this conversation with you right now. I need to go. I storm upstairs, shutting out whatever response she might have had for me. I'm making more noise than I expected. Thanks, cheap old wooden steps. Good. Let everyone hear it. This is what you get for getting involved with co-workers, I suppose. I don't stop storming until I'm outside. If Landry and Hayes didn't hear me before, I'm sure they hear me slam the door. I can't stay there. I want them to know I'm mad, but that doesn't mean I want to talk about it. I need some air. Where do I go? If I go home, I won't come back. Maybe I'll just walk in circles until I forget everything about scruffy orange cats. I stare at the ground as I walk, forcing my focus on the cracks in the asphalt, the scuffs on the side of my shoe, anything to distract. It works, at least a little. At least I don't feel like punching my heart anymore. I should have paid more attention to where I was going. Look where I ended up. I love making things worse for myself. The owner's still here, reading a book. I still have no idea what I'm doing. I stand still in the doorway. Good plan. Close the door. Only after the door fails to jingle does he look up. He looks like he's about to say something else, but stops. I can feel his eyes on my bandaged hand. You're that kid from earlier. You alright? Yeah, I don't know what I did, but that cat sure didn't like it. Don't worry, I'm not mad or disgruntled or anything. Not at him, at least. Close the door? This time I oblige and step up to the counter. He sets the book down and gives me his full attention. I wanted to, apologize for causing trouble, I guess, if I was prying or something. Doesn't matter to me. Sorry she got wild. Guess it happens with strays. She's sweet with me. Oh, did you find her somewhere or adopt her or something? Don't own her or nothing. Comes and goes when she wants. Runs off during the day, always comes back mornings and evenings. Don't know why. Not like I feed her. I think I know the type. How's your hand? It wasn't that deep a scratch. It's the principle, you know. You think you know someone and then... So how'd you know Mason? You see her? Oh, crap, he's sharp. Oh, are you related? I see the resemblance. Same grunt and all. I didn't know that was genetic. My granddaughter. Okay. You didn't answer my question. I can't really figure out how he feels about it. Is he worried about her? Angry? Excited? I don't know. He's even harder to read than Mason. She has to get it from somewhere, I guess. Oh, I didn't know. We work together. Yeah, she's really cool. I like her a lot. Well, usually. Is that what you're calling it now? Work. His already frosty demeanour ices over. The way he stares at me makes me nervous. What did I say? Is it because I said I like her? I didn't mean it like that. Well, not really. Oh man, I gotta get my thoughts together and... Yeah, my voice squeaks. Keeping it real cool, Grey. Though it's also fun, you know. Another useless delinquent like her. What? Causing trouble for us decent, hard-working folk. That your idea of work? Look, I think you've got the wrong idea, sir. I work at a cafe. He's not buying it, and I threw in the sir and everything. What did she do? What do you mean by delinquent? Oh, she's not going to like you going behind her back and asking questions. He studies me for what's probably the longest minute to exist in the longest minute to exist in eternity. I'm not sure if he's going to say something, or if I should say something, or if I should even move. I shouldn't move, right? If I ran away, I could never come back, and I'd never learn more about Mason. I'd give anything to have someone break this awkward moment. Oh, no. Why would you so... Oh, careful what you wish for, Avery. The worst possible someone has shown up. There she is, hackles raised. Not like her to show up this time of day. I'd better go. Sorry. I don't even have time to hope that Mason stayed behind, because there she is at my feet. Should have known you'd come back. Meddling again. What, you come back to finish the job? I show off the bandage with a sneer. Her tail puffs up like static. Don't do this, not here. You want to talk so bad, we'll do it at the cafe. Fine with me. It's a long, silent walk back. Curiosity overtakes my anger. What happened between them? I'm sure it's something to do with this delinquent stuff, but I don't know where to start. Oh god, that's why she likes being a cat. The only way she gets to see her grandfather is as a cat. If she walks back in the door as a human, she's worried that she can't make amends with him. Ow, my heart. You know, Mason, if you're a little better at communicating... I don't know where to start. The bits and pieces of possibilities swirl uselessly in my head. We head straight to the basement, barely sparing a nod for Hayes along the way. Oh, poor Hayes, he just wants everyone to get along. At least he didn't try to say anything. I wouldn't have known what to tell him. Look. Sorry. Don't know what else to say, but I mean it, I'm sorry. I really panicked. Wow. She starts right out with that. It takes some of the wind out of my sails. She's not defensive or combative anymore. Okay, that's progress. Well done. But please, stop pushing. You aren't gonna help. I sort of barged in and messed stuff up, huh? I'm sorry. Is there anything I should know? Like, I mean, for stuff like this, so I don't put you in a bad spot again. Though I don't know where else you'd go as a cat, so maybe it won't come up again. Just there. Just don't go. It's gonna cause problems. Are you still going to go? Can't see him any other way. Your grandpa? Why not call him? I bet he misses you. You could explain that you're busy with work or have another job and invite him to... He wouldn't come. I'm sure he would. You could close the store for lunch, or I could cover the counter for him. I'm sure he'd make time for his... No. He doesn't want to see me. What? Why? It's none of your business. Just don't go. Come on, Mason. I care about you a lot, and I want to help you, or at least be there for you, but it's really hard when you won't tell me anything. I reach over and put my hand on hers. She's gonna pull away any second, I know it. But she doesn't. You said it was nice someone wasn't afraid of you, so here I am, not being afraid. Prying. I'm super nosy. I want to know more about you. I slip my fingers between hers. She looks away, but tentatively locks fingers with mine. We used to be close. Huh? Me and her? No, hotshot, she's not talking about you. Oh, her grandpa, of course. Wait, she's actually talking about it. I squeeze her hand in encouragement. Grew up with him. Right above that corner store. We'd bake for the store together. It was nice. When I got older, we stopped talking. Think he didn't know what to do with a teenager. Maybe I reminded him too much of my mom. It just turned into fights. That's all we did after a while. I started skipping school, making bad friends, getting into bad stuff. And he's not stupid, he knew. We got in a real bad one, and I left. Just took my stuff and left. Oh, Mason, I'm so sorry. It's what it is. Can't change the past. Drifted for a while, then I thought, to hell with this. I'm gonna show him wrong and get a real job. So I came here. And I love it, but it's hard to come back, you know. I can't talk to him like that. Went to check on him one day. He was so lonely, real happy to have company. Started talking to me, cat me, more than he had to human me. Oh God, this is so sad, it hurts my heart. First it was bad as day, achy knees, what a customer said. Later it was me. Said he missed me, but it was too late. It's not too late, you can still talk to him. I want to stay with him whatever way I can, even if it's as a stray cat. If he said he misses you, couldn't you talk to him? It's not that simple. You saw how mad he got when you said you were my friend. Oh, you saw that? So you know, I think he misses me like I'm already lost. Oh, my heart. It's fine. It's fine. I can look after him like this. Better than what I could have had if I were human. Not gonna try to change it. Can't afford to lose it. She pulls her hand away and shoves it back into her pocket. It's a shame. Her hands were rough, but warm. Don't know what else to do. I should stick to cooking, at least I'm good at that. I think you're good at more than that. Better get back to work. Hazel burned the kitchen down. Is he really that bad? Not as bad as you. Hey! She does the unbelievable. She cracks a smile. With a pat on my shoulder, she heads upstairs. I hear the creaking of each step, but the noise stops at the top. Avery. Yeah? Thanks for listening. Any time, Mason. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. My heart is not breaking, and I am not about to start crying. Everything is just fine. That is the most I've ever heard out of her in forever. I guess that's what talking about your tragic backstory will do. She keeps the menu simple, but these little tea sandwiches are delicious. She fixes one for me and I shovel it into my gaping maw during my break. She even gives me those sugar snap pea chips that I like. I salvage what I can of the day, but I'm mixing up orders while I think about Mason and her grandpa. She thinks it's unfixable, but that can't be the case. Okay, but don't meddle. I know I'm being nosy. I should leave her to her business, but I continue messing up orders as I think of a plan. Oh no, Avery. My tips suffer a lot today, but I think I've got an idea that'll make it worth it. Did Mason stick around? I bet she didn't. Sure enough, she left without as much as a word. We made it a few steps forward in communication, but there's bound to be some tripping. Yeah, it sounds like, how she and her granddad grew up together. It sounds like communication is not something that comes naturally to either of them. That's the thing though, it takes a lot of work. Hayes handles kitchen cleanup. I know he offered because things are still weird with me and Mason. Good. That clears the front for the next stage of my plan. He's a good Hayes. Like a secret agent, I slip upstairs and pull out the chocolate cake I've been eyeing all day. Mason considers it her specialty. I consider it heaven. Step 1. I box up a piece of cake. Step 1.5. Box up a second piece. For me. Consider it my finder's fee if this plan works. If not, it's my preemptive consolation prize. The important thing is, I get cake. I guess occasional free baked goods is part of the job perk. I shove the 2 boxes in a to-go bag, and then dump a fistful of menus on top. That's step 2, by the way. Then step 3, be cool. That's the hardest step so far. Yeah, we do not know how to be cool. I finish up my closing chores and scurry home. I take the other way home, the one that doesn't put me past the corner store. Don't want to invade anyone's space. Not yet. Prepare to have your lives meddled in. Step 4. Try to sleep. That turns out to be harder than the last step. I can't stop thinking about Mason. Maybe I am meddling too much. You think? But anything has got to be better than what they're doing now. Neither of them are going to take the first step. This has to be the right thing. Yeah, but maybe talk to her about it for okay. Step 5. Sleep in. I do that part real well. I don't process my alarm until the 3rd time it goes off. Good thing the cafe is lax about attendance. Anyway, it's part of the plan. I promise. It's not just an excuse for me to sleep in. Nope. I eat my slice of cake for breakfast. Gotta make sure it's still good the next day. Trust me, it is. So that step, whatever. Math, keeping count, I can't, with the sleeping. The higher my number of steps goes, the more my heart pounds. I really hope this works. Okay, the actual step 6. Once I'm 100% sure Mason's left for work, and it's the sleeping in part, see, I slip into the corner store. Sure enough, her grandpa's there, reading the paper. He glances up but scowls and returns to the sports page. Here goes nothing. So, we got off on a bad foot the other day. I wanted to clear things up. Why do you care about some old man's opinion? Don't care about you one way or the other. But I care about what you think I'm doing. What you think Mason's doing. I see where the Mason glower came from. It sends a chill down my spine. Get out. I can do this. I can stand my ground. Okay, I will. I just wanted to give you something first. It's from her. From our work. I put the to-go bag on the counter and scoot it toward him. It's from yesterday, so the icing's a little crunchy, but it's still good. I should know I had some. Not from that piece, of course. I included menus if you want to see what we do. It's a cat cafe. If you like strays, you might like our cats too. I've deflected his glare from me to the to-go bag. He's staring at it so hard I think it might catch fire. It's okay, dude, it's already cooked. Baked. You don't have to heat it up at all. I put the menu next to the bag, but he doesn't move. His gaze sneaks over to the menu. I guess it's time to enact step 7. Withdraw coolly. Okay, but Avery, have you considered that if he shows up at the cat cafe, it's really going to freak Mason out? Okay, that's all. I'll go now, like you said. Bye! Yep, that was cool. No use worrying anymore, I guess. completed my big plan. The final step is to see what happens. I think it'll probably work out okay in the end, but I can see Mason being kind of pissed at us for not telling her. I wonder what he's thinking. Is he happy Mason's got a good job now? Does it matter if he's still mad? I hope I did the right thing. Reese and Landry's heads snap up as they hear the door. Oh, Avery, thank goodness. I was worried something had happened to you. Yes, something happened to me. I was attempting to be clever. 2 tardy workers in a week. We'll have to talk to Graves about tightening that absence policy. Oh, quiet you. It's no big deal, Reese, as long as nothing happened. You okay, Avery? Yeah, sorry. I slept through my alarm, but I'm here, ready to go. Well, it's not entirely a lie, right? Mason's here, right? Everything okay? I am being totally nonchalant, yes? Yeah, I thought she was getting sick yesterday, but she says she feels fine. She's making some amazing pumpkin soup today. You should try it. Don't dip your grubby paws in the stock pot until you're on break. Yeah. Beyond that initial fuss, it's a quiet day. Oh, he's going to come in, I just know it. I'm making it feel 10 million times longer by spending my time staring at the door. Is he going to show up? Is Mason going to get mad if he does? Mad that you didn't warn her? Ah! I was so distracted I almost tripped over Marina. At least she's looking out when I'm not. Sorry, buddy. I gave her some extra catnip in apology, but I should know by now that starts a feeding frenzy around these parts. Before I know it, I'm up to my neck in cats. Hash Browns is practically climbing up my pants to get the jar out of my hand yet. You fool. Then I hear it. The door. I nearly dropped the jar. Oh god, it's him. He actually came. I'm so excited. Oh god, it's going to go so horribly wrong I can't. I'm so nervous. I slammed the catnip jar on the table and waved through the circling cats to get the door before Landry. Welcome! Welcome, sir. I am happy to see you. Just coffee. Hayes! Win this man over with your delectable coffee. Ah, you got it. Here, come take a seat, kick up your heels, and relax. He doesn't do that last part. I mean, he is related to Mason. But he at least follows me to the seat closest to the kitchen and settles in. Oh man. What kind of coffee would you like? We have all sorts of varieties, compliments of our barista. Do you like espresso, cappuccinos, flat whites, mochachinos, puncaccinos? I still don't know much about coffee, and I'm nervous, okay? So I rambled a bit. Just coffee, nothing fancy. Definitely Mason. You got it, sir. It's on the house, by the way. Family discount. In that case, give me that soup, too. You can see how good she is at cooking. The special. Coming right up. Oh, God. I'm so nervous. This is fiction, and I'm still fucking nervous. I bounded to the kitchen like I'm breaking up a wedding at the end of a rom-com. Wanting to tell her, I want to tell her so bad. I object! No, wait, I mean, your grandpa's here! I mean, wait, I probably should have led up to that. Don't run in my kitchen. I'm sorry. Just a little wound up. We got a special guest. Don't care about celebrities. Oh, it's something different. You'll see. Oh, no, this is not how... You don't surprise... Oh, gosh. Order up. Okay, thanks, bye. I grabbed the tray and careened back onto the floor. Oh, gosh. Mason's grandpa barely even looks up when I set the coffee and soup before him. It's a shame. I put a real good flourish on it, too. He does notice that I can't stop staring at him as he sips his coffee. Close your mouth unless you want to catch flies. I was using that thing again. Right, like before. I busy myself by aggressively cleaning all the tables around him. He stares at first, but he gets used to it and ignores me. It's like, okay, she's just gonna, okay. Just pretend she's not there. He's just silently eating soup with a stone-faced stare into the distance. Is he watching the cats? I'm gonna pretend he's watching the cats. Well, he does like cats. When I see him push the bowl away, I pounce. So, what did you think? Tastes familiar. Well, that's great. I'll get the chef so you can pay your compliments to her. Oh no. I don't stick around to hear him object. Oh no. Oh no, you have to warn her though. Mason! Hey Mason! What? I'm right here. Oh, okay, a customer wants to talk to you about the food, of course. What, they got a problem? Ain't no problems with my cooking. No, I think he liked it. Come on. Oh gosh. I grab her hand and pull her out of the kitchen. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I barely got her out of the kitchen when I feel her freeze. She suddenly is heavy and still as a statue. She doesn't look happy. They don't either of them look happy. Oh no. Her grandpa looks just as shocked. In the turn he passes, I feel like I'm gonna melt, caught between their stares. Mason looks pretty angry. Maybe I messed up. Maybe this was a mistake. Maybe you could have handled it differently and warned her. She opens her mouth to say something. You took my recipe. Just doing what you taught me. Been here all this time? Yeah. Got your cake yesterday. The chocolate one. Still making the icing too sweet. Come over and I'll show you how to make it again. Mason's never been one for a lot of words, but now looks like she's lost all of them. She stares at me, dumbfounded, then back at her grandpa. I better get back to work. Did I drive you off? Didn't mean to push you away. I was scared. Lost too many people like that. So I went too tough. Regret it every day. It wasn't you. I was bullheaded, too stubborn. Wanted to prove myself and let pride get the best of me. Her graph. Yeah, that's definitely a new, that's a new artwork. Her grandpa does something I've never seen him do before. He smiles. His eyes glimmer a bit in a glossy kind of way. Maybe it's the light. Yeah, he's definitely not crying. He clears his throat. I gotta work. Mason turns and takes unsteady steps toward the kitchen. Key lime pie. Make me key lime tomorrow, you know it's my favourite. Mason freezes in place. It's gotta be the lighting. Her eyes are also glittering when she turns around. Yep, no one's crying here, there are no feels, and I am definitely not crying either, and I don't know what you're talking about. That is the sound of me breathing perfectly normally and not sniffling into a tissue. Yeah. And with a forced march, she disappears back into the kitchen. I heave a sigh of relief, which is enough to remind her grandpa that I'm here. You. What's your name? Am I in trouble? Yeah, meddlesome. Avery, sir. Avery. Thank you. Think we needed a bonehead to get moving. Well, look at us then. 3 boneheads all somehow figuring it out together. Bonehead? Any time. I'm just glad. I hope this means you'll talk more. You said this was on the house, right? Yep, you got it. Good. Come by sometime and I'll repay the favour. You like donuts? Love 'em, sir. Especially the strawberry kind with sprinkles. Good. Now, gotta get back to work. Can't keep the store closed. Get used to taking lunch breaks, though. Bye, Avery. Bye. He's gone and out the door before I realise I should have asked for his name, too. I'll just call you Grandpa. Ah, crap. Guess I'll ask him next time I see him. I should go check on the other bonehead. Mason's hunched over the counter, hands balled up into fists. Yeah, you really should have warned her. Is she mad? At me? Mason? She starts and turns away to stir the soup. She's adamant about looking away, no matter how hard I tried to get her attention. She's crying. Really got your nose into this one. Couldn't leave it alone, could you? Just had to keep prying. I know I probably should have left it alone, but what if you never reconciled? I couldn't stop thinking about that. Like, what if it stayed as a lonely old guy with a cat he doesn't know is his granddaughter? That's too sad. I know it's going to be a long path from here, but so nosy, so pushy. I freeze. My heart is going to jump out of my throat. I don't know how to react to that. My fight or fright. I mean, I am frightened. My fight or flight instinct is going wild. But then she looks, baby. I am not having emotions, you're having emotions. Sorry, it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Logically, I know she has emotions besides scowling, but seeing such a genuine smile from her is such a pleasant surprise. I can't help but smile back. You stubborn idiot. Thank you. Of course. Glad I could be an idiot for good for once. She's actually laughing? She is. Before I can say anything, she turns away. I'm never gonna forget that expression. And I've got it on stream. Mwah! Maybe she used to smile like that all the time. I hope I get to see it more often. Go back to work. Day's not over yet. You too. If you slack off, I'm gonna steal all the Mont Blanc. You don't even like Mont Blanc. We'll see about that. What's Mont Blanc? Is it coffee? I don't know. I stupidly putter around for the rest of the day. Barely register what's happening. Stupid allergies. Not tears. Definitely allergies like it always is. After a stress drain like that, nothing else could possibly get me all worked up again. Why would you tempt fate like that, Avery? Mason calls me to the kitchen at the end of the day. I bet she needs me to lend some muscle to scrubbing down the soup out of the stock pot. Yes, Avery, Mason needs you for muscle. Wait, I'm the worst person to ask. I have negative muscle. There we go. Instead, I see her at the counter with 2 to-go bags. Huh? What's all this? Couple of things. First, cookies for Grandad. Will you go with me to take him to him? I can't carry him. Oh, yeah. You want to go hang out there after work? Of course. The second one's for you. Made you dinner. So stop ordering takeout. You're gonna get scurvy if you keep eating nothing but pizza. Aw, thank you. Pizza contains all the food groups, so I'd be fine, but I appreciate it. It's my philosophy too. There's one more thing. Before I can even move my lips to form the question, she grabs my shoulder and pushes me into the wall. She's not too forceful, but it doesn't stop my pathetic yelp of surprise as I make impact. Is this going where I think it's going? Yep. She needs to bend to kiss me, but I like that. I like that a whole lot, actually. Her kiss feels like she's trying to force me into the wall. This is gonna be a lot to keep up with, but I like that too. Come on, let's go. Yeah, that was about everything I hoped it would be. Excuse me, I'm gonna need a moment. Okay, she pulls away and drops the to-go bags in my hands. Her steps take her to the threshold of the door where she stops waiting for me. You got it. I barrel out the back door. A moment later I feel a cat land on my shoulder. Is it just me, or are there more illustrations for the Mason route? Not that I'm complaining. I don't know how she jumped that high, but it is Mason. She's capable of anything. Alright, to Grandpa's. Can I call him Grandpa? I'm not sure if he's going to be okay with that, but okay. Oh no, game. Game. Why you stop? Ooh, hello. Loading. I'm walking on the sun, with the stars on my shoulders and the wind in my hair, or some other complicated metaphor. I don't know, I've just been so happy lately, it's great. Okay, we're back to this part. I mean, work is still work, mochi is still mochi, but I got a real cute crush I can spend my time with, and I'm starting to get to the bottom of this magical curse thing. Mason still hasn't. She spends the next couple days in cat time at her grandpa's. I don't get why she doesn't pull an all-nighter and break the curse already. Then she could see him as a human instead. But what do I know? I've already meddled enough. Anyway, it's not that she's not studying. Ever since I brought the book in, I catch her reading it from time to time. Usually it's right before she catches me sneaking a little snack. I like to sneak kisses too, but that's a whole other thing. I was gonna say, like, don't try and steal food from Mason, but maybe now that we're girlfriends I can get away with it a bit. Every night is date night here. She teaches me how to cook dinner, and I read to her as we eat. It's nice. Tonight we're getting a late start. I hope she stops messing with the stove soon. I'm getting hungry. Was it broken or something? Crappy old thing. Pilot's out. Oh. That's bad, right? Won't turn on without it. So definitely bad. She disappears beneath the stove. There's some rustling, some clanging, and a snap. Not like a broken snap, a finger snap. Then Mason's back. What's she so pleased about? Better. Oh good, what'd you do? She snaps again. And what? Did a spark just shoot from her finger? She's learning magic. Little trick I picked up. I hit her playfully on the arm. God, her biceps are steel cables. Mason, oh my god. You're holding out on me. When were you going to tell me about that? Right now, to kind of show off for you. What, this? She snaps again. Tiny blue flame leaps from her hand. You little pyro. Needed that pilot lit. Oh my god. Let's make something extra delicious to celebrate. After a celebratory dinner, where I burn the chicken and I to wonder if I've got that fire magic too, we head out. And then... Want me to give you a ride to your grandpa's? Nah, I'll walk. Alright, you go on ahead. Mason steps out of the cafe. She doesn't transform. Huh. What? Wait, don't just huh? What did you do? Dunno. Broke it? Ah! Mason! You did it! We did it! Oh, look at her. She can't hide that smile. It's like, oh yeah, I just broke a curse. That's cool. I don't, whatever it is. Okay, well, to celebrate, I'm going to walk with you to the store and I'm going to hold your hand the entire way. Sure. Oh, so I wonder if, like, if you become a witch, does that break the spell? Like, become a witch by learning magic, and if you can perform the magic, it means you don't get turned into a cat. Maybe if I get to the end of the game this time, I'll find out. It's way later than when I usually leave. Usually the sunset's still peeking through the city skyline, but tonight the moon's already high. Back home, the crickets would have been chirping full force right now. They get super noisy this time of year. Car noises echo from the main roads are close enough though. Mason and I split up when we approached your grandpa's store. Just for a bit. Want to see him in person. Tell him I say hi. It was then that we started to realize that whenever she said what she was really saying was, I love you. Sorry. She gives me a quick, fumbling kiss and marches to the door. She's nervous. Bless her. This game needs like 100% more Mason hugs. I head towards my house, my thoughts full of my cute crush. Can I call her my girlfriend yet? No, you call her your cute girlfriend. Your cute girlfriend who can probably bench press you. And whatever she'll make me for lunch tomorrow. Maybe I can convince her to make a pizza? Like, a healthy one. They make those. Broccoli on a pizza? Oh boy. Oh boy, it's this. As I round the corner, I feel a tense, creeping stiffness crawl up my back. My steps slow. My legs are suddenly heavy. This is familiar. Like a feeling I got the other day before I ran into that dude who kept staring at me. It's like someone's breathing down my neck or looming behind me, breathing over my shoulder. Is someone following me? I whip around. Just the street. I walk faster. Yeah, but there's ominous ambiance, so... Also, I've played this far before. I feel it growing with every step toward my apartment. Dread hollows a burrow in my stomach. Why do I feel so anxious? I'm just going home. I don't even have far to go. Am I getting Oh. Oh no. It's him. Did he find out where I live? Does he live here too? No, that's too much of a coincidence. My limbs freeze. I feel my heart shaking inside my ribcage. My head is swimming. Everything is wrong. I can't place why. Howdy. This is the one who kind of is written like he maybe has a mild southern drawl, which I will be trying to emulate. Badly, you have been warned. Good evening. Good night. My voice feels small and foreign, like it's being thrown by a ventriloquist. I try to beeline for the door, but he sidesteps and blocks my way. Now, why the hurry? I want you to answer a couple of questions, kiddo. His deep, drawling voice is saccharine venom. He puts on a smile, but it's certainly not one that puts me at ease. Do you need directions? You seem lost. I can't keep the tremor out of my voice. He notices. Well, ain't you smart? Right to the point. Why, yes, I am lost. But I ain't looking for a place. Oh, I found that. Looking for a guy. Think you can help? I'm actually pretty new to the city. I probably can't. I reckon you can. Suppose I shouldn't mince words. You're a busy person. I already feel guilty wasting your time. I'm trying to hunt down Graves. You seen him? Is he a friend? He can't be. He feels... See, I've been looking all over for my old buddy, and it's like he don't exist. Ain't that a shame? Oh, yeah, I haven't seen him recently either. Anger flashes over his face like an eclipse, vanishing as quickly as it had come. Too bad. We've got so much to talk about. I suppose his apprentice will do. That'll send the message. I do not like the look on his face. Intent reaches my feet before it hits my ears. I'm running before I know it. I'm not dumb enough to stick out and find out what he means by send the message. I don't look behind to see if he's following. That would slow me down. I have to get to the cafe. I just have to run like I'm being chased, even if I'm not. Bing! I hear a sharp noise behind me like a metal bat hitting a home run. My foot gets stuck. On what? I don't know, but it hits the ground and it stays there. The force knocks me over and twists my ankle in a way that shocks pain up my leg. I'm seeing stars and I want to crawl away, but I can't. You've got to speak to Graves about your manners. Didn't even excuse yourself. What a rude little kitten. I look down. My foot is covered in rust. Rust. His movement is molasses, like he's enjoying a stroll through the park. I crane my head over my shoulder to see him, but it's hard from this angle. If you'd been polite, we wouldn't need to fight. Didn't want to hurt you, kitten. I only need a couple answers. But if you want a duel, I ain't gonna complain. Promise you won't run away, yeah? I won't play dirty if you don't. I don't think I can break this rust without breaking my ankle off. It feels like it's already broken. Tears sting my eyes. I can barely use my magic to make trash sculptures. How am I supposed to use it to fight? I'm doomed. You haven't changed one bit, Nacht. Still pushing around the weak to excuse your own malfeasance. I've never been so happy to hear my boss's voice. Graves! Graves will know what to do. I know it. And here you come acting like you ain't got nothing to do with it. Gonna get me all nostalgic, old man? From out of nowhere, Graves is already next to me. He kneels down and places a hand on my foot. What's he holding? Are you hurt? Don't move, this may burn a little. A sensation washes over my rusted foot like stepping in a puddle of baccarat acid. Well, maybe that's a bit extreme. It burns, but it doesn't hurt. Rust crumbles to dust, and I'm free. I flex my ankle. It doesn't feel great, but I can at least put weight on it now. Graves stands... That's a sword? What the... It's been a while since I played this part. Graves stands between me and Nacht. With a flourish only Graves could accomplish, he pulls a sword from his cane. What a perfect weapon for him. Nacht shoves his hands in his pockets and rests on his metal bat like a cane. just standing there, waiting. How are you now? Can you stand unassisted? Yeah, thanks. Who is that? If you'll recall the bike in that alley. I almost forgot. The one that was rusted over? The one Graves told me not to touch. This is why? Meet the source of our collective woes. Aw, come on now. And after all we've been through together. Avery, I don't imagine this will end well. I have a favour to ask. Whatever you need, boss. He drops the cane sheath and takes my hand. His eyes are fierce, fire and ice staring into mine. I feel like I shouldn't blink. Oh yeah, I mean, one orange eye and one blue, that is basically fire and ice, isn't it? I give it to you. All of it. Take care of it for me, Avery. It? What? All of what? Everything. Everything of mine. You'll understand. Now go, as fast as you can. Go to the cafe. You'll be safe there. He put up protective wards, didn't he? What was that all about? I don't feel any different. What are you dawdling for? Go! Now, last time we stayed and we helped Graves and we died, so we're going to do what he says and we're going to run away. Don't you worry, Ken. I'll catch up. Sticking your tongue out at me? Knox's words haunt me as I run the best I can on my sore ankle. It hurts with every step, but I can't stop. I know what'll happen next. I'm going to keep running, twist my leg again like some crappy horror movie, then I'm going to get followed to death. I put my head down as I turn a corner and run straight into someone. Ah! Before I can fall, strong arms wrap around me and hold me close. Avery? Oh, thank God, Mason. Mason! Oh my God, Mason! I throw my arms around her neck and bury my face in her chest. I take a few sharp gasps to catch my breath. Graves! Some guy came after me and my foot got stuck and I twisted my ankle and now Graves is fighting! He's gonna lose! Her eyes narrow and her grip tightens. Where? A few blocks down from my apartment. What's she planning? Can't be good. I'm about to ask, but she plants a kiss on my forehead and guides me to the curb. Stay here. Then she runs. Oh God, Mason, don't get into trouble. Toward the fight. Mason, no! I scramble to my feet and rush after her. They're right about adrenaline. It does take the edge off pain. I think I'm about running out. I think I'm using all the adrenaline my body will ever make. I almost run into Mason again. Ah! Sorry I followed you. I didn't want you to... But then I see what she's looking at. Oh no. Is that really him? Did he really lose? He can't. He's Graves. He's the mastermind. He can't become a crappy rust statue. What the hell? No. Graves, no. Mason, we have to get out of here. Real sweet of you to come back. Heard something about a contract transfer, but that ain't important now. Figure I'll clean up all those loose ends tonight. Don't even gotta tire myself out. Come here, kitten. Give me that fat he didn't give. Mason steps between us. Oh God, Mason is ready to throw down. Wham! She has a hell of a right hook. I didn't think Knock had expected anything like that. He takes the hit square in the jaw and topples like a domino. I think he's out cold. Mason! You just sucker punched a witch! Mason cracks her knuckles. She is such a fucking badass. Oh, hashtag Mason Best Street 2017. Mason cracks her knuckles. Shouldn't have tried to touch you. That's not going to be enough. He's going to wake up sooner or later. What are we going to do? She scoops me up in her arms with no more difficulty than if she were picking up a cat. She runs. Going to the cafe, right? Mason doesn't stop until we reach the door. She doesn't put me down until we're inside. She's winded when she sets me down on the couch. Oh, she's such a good girlfriend looking after me. She flops down next to me and lets her head fall back, taking deep, heavy breaths. You didn't have to carry me all this way. Of course I did. Just give me a sec. Okay. I'm gonna lock the door and get you some water. Holy crap, now that I've had a few minutes to let everything catch up, my ankle hurts like hell. I try to hobble to the door, but it flies open before I have a chance. I ready myself to fight a murderer armed with a bat, but it's... Finley! You guys! Oh my God! The curse! Oh my God. Right. The curse. When a witch dies, the curse ends. Oh, shit. She grabs my hand and does a little dance and stops when I wince in pain. Oh, sorry, sweetie. You okay? Did you twist your ankle? Yeah. What's this about the curse? It's broken. We're all human again. Of course, I'll miss my jelly donut fame, but I'll live. Oh, and I'll start a new vlog. What's wrong? You look real messed up about it. It's Graves. The curse must have been broken because something happened to him. Graves! What happened? Where is he? And suddenly everyone is here. The curse must have broken for everyone at once. This should be good news, but... Oh, Reese. It's bad. He's still out there, I think. Still out where? He lunges, but Mason intercedes. Stop. She's injured. What happened to him? You have to tell me what happened. Someone attacked us. I have no idea who he was, but he had a grudge against Graves. His name was Nacht, I think. I don't know who that is. What happened then? This Nacht guy, I think he beat Graves. Reese clutches at his chest. He looks like he might fall over and pass out. I think Reese knows more about any of this witch and curse business than the rest of us. I reach out to ease him into a seat, but he swats me away. I knew it. I knew he was going to get in over his head. I knew another witch was on his tail, but he told me to stay out of it. Yeah, it's... sometimes people tell us to stay out of things that maybe we shouldn't, huh? Damn it, I could have helped. Why didn't he let me help? Reese sinks into the couch and slams the armrest with his fist. Poor guy. Beating on furniture isn't going to do anything, but if it helps him feel better. He sinks his fingers into the cushion and looks hard at the floor. His eyes gloss over. He's holding back tears with everything he's got. I feel really bad. For all his blustering, Reese admired Graves a lot. I think he was the only one of us who really did. Yeah, he was definitely the closest to him. I guess now, after Graves saved me like that, I kind of do too. Too little, too late, I suppose. So, what happens now? What do we do? We avenge him, of course. We kill Nacht. Whoa! That's a bit extreme. It's fair in a duel. If that's what the guy wants, that's what he gets. When he comes for the cafe, I'll take it back from him. Comes for the cafe? Why would he do that? When a witch defeats another in a duel, they take the loser's property. But you'll have to beat me to get it. Is Graves really dead? I don't know if Nacht's intent was to kill him. Damn it. Now Landry's the one who looks pissed. This is kind of scary. I've never seen him do anything but laugh and smile before, so it's almost as jarring as seeing Reese cry. Yes, of course, we actually know that Landry has anger issues from our playthrough, or our attempted playthrough of his route, but we didn't do that this time. Magic is a scourge. This always happens when you get too close. Reese's head snaps up. Oh, what do you know about magic? You haven't studied. Hayes readies himself with wide eyes, his mouth pursed, like the conversation is a game of double dutch played with live wires. What is it? Why does everyone keep talking about magic? Was Graves cursed too? He must have been, right? It all sounds so unreal still. Are you sure it's magic? Of course it is. How else would this be happening? But he was too strong to get cursed. That part was just us. So is that... I think it does make sense then, if the stronger you are at doing magic, the more you've trained, the less the curse affects you. But he wasn't too strong to not curse us. Does that matter now? He's gone. And this Nacht is going to be here to take everything else too. He spits the name like it's profane. Reese launches himself from the chair and storms to the door. He puts his hand in his pocket like he's concealing a weapon. How would he just take the cafe? That's not how property works. There are like deeds and stuff. Not that I know much more about it than that, but I'm pretty sure my parents didn't kill a witch to buy their house. Of course, it's more complicated. I don't exactly have time to explain which territories. Just know that when you're defeated in a duel, you give your property to the winner. So unless Graves gave it away before the fight, Nacht owns the cafe now. I remember Grace grabbing my hand and staring through me. I remember his words. I think he did. What? Before he fought, he told me to run away. He told me that he gave everything to me. You. Why you? Because I was there, douche bro. You're a newborn baby stumbling through the witching world. That's not fair. You can't handle it. But Avery was there. It's all that matters. Yeah, I mean, what would you prefer? That, it was given to me? Or that it was Graves's and now not, Should be happy Noct doesn't get it right. Besides, she might be a baby, but I trust her. Taught me, after all. When Mason talks, everyone listens. Even Reese. She wraps her arm around my shoulders, and it feels good to lean on her and feel her there. Reese is right, though. I am stumbling through it, so I need help, I think. I don't really know what to do next. Don't know that guy's deal, but I don't think he's just satisfied with taking out Graves. He's gonna come back to finish the job. Panic rises in my throat, but she gives my shoulder a reassuring squeeze. Don't know about all you, but I won't let that happen. You know I'm going to help, but only if you promise to help me recover Graves. Of course, it's the least we can do. I'll go with you, Reese. I don't think Avery should be going out right now. She's a target for this guy. You should stay here under guard for now. We'll take care of everything. You just rest up, okay? But Mochi, someone has to get my cat. That guy knows where I live. What if he takes Mochi hostage? Chill, Avery. I'll get him. Operation Fat Cat Drop accepted. But when I get back, you better show me this magic you're apparently teaching everyone else. I can't believe you held out on me. Now, to be fair, I have only been teaching Mason, and to be fair, that is because I have hella the hots for her. I can patch up your ankle, but after that, I'd like to learn some more about magic too. I don't relish the idea, but I should at least sit in. I'm in on this too. Guys, I'm just some screw-up kid. You don't have to do this for me. Of course we do. Yeah, you're our screw-up kid. We stick together through thick and thin, us cursed cats. Well, I suppose we're not cursed anymore. Tears of gratitude sting my eyes. Oh, we're having found family trope, that's fine. I never thought I'd have friends like this, who'd endanger themselves for me. My high school friends would have run off the moment someone said curse. I love these guys. I vigorously scrub my face. Don't want to get too mushy. I hobble back to the couch. Okay, we can do this, right? Yeah. Promise me no one's going to get hurt, okay? Please. Give us more credit than that. Yeah. This guy will be sorry if he underestimates us. Then we enact our plans. Reese, Landry, and Finley all head out together. It's weird to see them walking away from the cafe as humans. Hayes vanishes into the bathroom for a first aid kit. Mason dips into the kitchen and I hear a horrific screeching noise like metal against linoleum. Oh, you like barricading the door? What is she doing? She returns triumphantly. She smirks at me, or more accurately at the dumb gawking face I'm making. Block the door. With what? Probably that cooker. An industrial range? You think she wouldn't be able to? She gives me this self-satisfied smirk, then paces in front of the door and the windows like a sentry. Oh my god, who needs magic? She can snap that knockdown in half with her hands, and that's why I love her. Hayes is back with bandages and a bag of ice. Gingerly he removes my shoe and rolls up my pant leg to get a better look at my ankle. I'm glad I'm wearing socks that don't have holes. Oof, my ankle doesn't look great, but it could be a lot worse. And healing magic would be helpful right about now, don't you think? I don't think it's sprained, just twisted. You need rest. He slowly, neatly wraps my ankle with one of the stretchy bandages. When he pins it in place, it's like a pro's work. A professional ankle wrapper? You do a lot of first aid, Hayes? You're way calmer than I expected. I studied in Scouts. Be prepared. Injuries and things don't bother me, never have. Not everything makes me feel anxious. Oh, such a cutie patootie. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here to patch me up. He smiles sheepishly, but averts his gaze to the ground, toward the ice pack. He props my foot up on one of the big, puffy ottomans, and then places the ice on my ankle. Oh my god, does that feel good. Now just keep it elevated and rest a little. and take the ice off in 20 minutes. Thanks again, Dr. Hayes. I'm going to make some coffee. Yeah, I think we could use some coffee right about now. I think everyone will need it. I stress snap once Hayes goes back upstairs. Sometimes I need a system shut down before I can think straight again. I think even the cats know something's up because they all swarm me. I've got 2 on my lap and the others pile around me. They're protecting you. It's soothing to hear them and feel their little paws stretch out at me. I hope it's helping them too. I feel a hand gently brush the hair from my face. I don't need to open my eyes to know it's Mason. Oh, I love the gently stroking the hair away. It's just so sweet. I sigh and wriggle further down into the couch. Oh, she doesn't sit. Instead, she kisses my forehead, and I hear her step back to the door. Back to her vigil. She's so protective. I shoot awake when I hear the door fly open. Is it not? Did he come right through the front door? Can witches come in uninvited, or is that vampires? Oh, it's Finley again. She bounces the door against her hip since her hands are full of cat carrier. The fussy lump inside is unmistakable. Brrr, brrr. Oh, quit your whining, Moshi. You're safer here. Wow, you are so whiny. Hold your pants on, baby. Mochi, did you have any trouble? Is everything okay? It's fine, though I had to lure him into the carrier with treats. He hated every moment of being in there. So, same as always. That's good. So how about it? Should I unleash the beast? Yeah, Mochi, if you cause any trouble with the other cats, you're going right back in. Got it? Like, he's gonna choose now to start listening. Finley opens the character and he shoots out like a furry cannonball. Then he stands there, dumbstruck. He's got his own troubles now in playing nice with the cafe cats, but at least he's here. That's one less thing Nuck can use against me. Oh god, you know what Nuck could use against me? Mason. But Mason can look after herself, so we're good. I glance at the door and find Mason's strong back. Someone else he can't use against me. Damn right. Mason's way too strong for him. Maybe this time she'll make him run off for good. If he even tries it. Maybe he's already scared off. I can't help but smile. Maybe, when this is all over, she can teach me how to box. I'm slightly worried though, because if Landry, Reese, and... okay, I've forgotten who the third one was. But if those 3 are going to go and pick up Hayes... They can't touch the rust, though. I mean, Reese must know that. If you touch the rust, it spreads to you. I'm pretty sure that's why you're not supposed to touch it. I see movement in the front of the cafe. Is it? No, there's too many people for it to be knocked. Anyway, I'd know that hat anywhere. It's Reese and Landry back with Graves. Or what used to be Graves. Okay, it was just the 2 of them. Now he looks like a forgotten statue, flaking off bits of rust as they haul him up on the sidewalk. That's fine! Are their hands glowing? I squint to get a better look. Oh, they look like... garden gloves? Glowing garden gloves? Okay, good. So they're making sure they don't make skin contact. They set Graves in front of the cafe, then come inside. Reese peels his gloves off, then helps Landry with his. Nobody touch him unless you've been properly enchanted. The rust spreads easily. Are you gonna leave him out there? He looks like a huge, ugly yard gnome. Not that I'm gonna say anything. We can't risk the cats coming over to investigate. They might touch the rust, and Reese said it could spread to them, too. Can't take him upstairs. Dracula would be at risk. Poor Dracula. I know she'll be heartbroken. That must be Graves' cat. So, now what do? We get ready. Who here knows a thing or two about magic? I mean, I know the 2 of us have learned a thing or two, though we're hardly experts. I guess we'll do the best we can to teach you, though. Speak for yourself. You can't teach me anything I don't already know. Oh, right, has Grace been teaching you? But then why isn't the curse broken for you? Okay. Wait, yeah, Reese, how do you know so much about this? I learned a thing or two in my time. I'm not assistant manager just because I'm good at accounting. I have no idea what kind of magic you've been learning, Avery, but I won't let you steal the spotlight. I'll beat him. Haven't you been listening? He beat Graves. We gotta team up and come up with a plan. We fight alone, he picks us off. We all jump him, we have a chance. See? Mason gets it. Power of teamwork. Well, what do you propose? Haven't you ever cram studied before finals? We'll do that, using the tried and true Grey method. We shove enough magic into our short-term memory to beat him. Wow, cramming with real-world applications. Well, graphic novel world applications. We'll probably forget it 5 minutes after, but who cares by then? We'll be done. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You got a better one? See, it'll be fine. I'm basically an expert here too. I got through half my book reports without even opening the book. Not yet. I mean, I wouldn't know anything about that with my English degree and definitely reading all the books I was assigned. Yep. Just take the time to study properly. Alright, someone get me the book and I'll get this started. If I ever needed confirmation that I don't want to be a teacher, I get it today. I try leading a sort of haphazard class on magic, but it's like herding cats. Heh. Reese keeps correcting me. I think Mason fell asleep. Landry keeps getting distracted and wandering off. They really are like cats. Finley's interested, but she's also interested in her phone. Hayes is too shy to actually try anything. Hell, it looks like Mochi is paying more attention than they are. Interesting. This is important, so I keep trying, and I think they do too, but I'm exhausted. Look, I'm beat, y'all. I gotta take a nap. Can you just sort of like independent study? Sure, you should get some rest. We can take it from here. Yeah, that sounds great. But we have to prepare to fight. But we don't even know if this guy's coming. We could, take guard shifts. It's a really good idea, Hayes. Right. We'll go in shifts. Avery can rest, 2 of us can stand guard, and the rest can move the cats into the basement. Ah, good idea. Keep the cats safe. The basement? Why? I don't want any of them in the line of danger. They're safer if they're away from us. I doubt Nacht cares about the cats. She won't go chasing them. But then we gotta herd them all down there. Oh god, more cat herding. We can do it if we work together. You better get Mochi and Dracula too. I don't want to leave Dracula alone. She must be scared. No, he cares about Graves' cat. Sure. Can you get her and keep the cats company? No, I'm taking first shift as guard. Graves would want it that way. I'll take care of them, Landry. The cats like me. Great. I'll take the other guard shift. Everyone else, relax. Does this mean I get to snuggle up with Mason? I'm surprised Mason didn't volunteer. I feel her hand on my shoulder. She looks tired, but I think Mason is tougher than sleep itself. Well, she's still human though, Avery. Come on, I'll help you upstairs. Thank you. She scoops me up in her arms, like carrying a bride over the threshold, and stomps her way upstairs. Stomp, stomp, stomp. It's so quiet, empty. Reese ducks in to scoop Graves' sweet old cat Dracula and is just as quickly gone. Then it's just us. So much going on. It doesn't feel real. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm asleep. She ruffles my hair and her face softens. Get some rest. I'm turning into Mochi. She puts her arm around me and I nestle against her. I'm out. I wander in and out of sleep, but the slow rise and fall of Mason's breathing lulls me back each time. Oh, maybe I can sleep through this. Maybe everyone else can take care of it, and then we can all get back to work. Or while I'm at it, why not get ambitious? Maybe everything is really a dream, like cats and witches, magic. It's ridiculous. I'm just gonna quickly save, because I can feel like something's gonna go wrong. Crash. A car crash, or a large window shattered with a metal bat. It sounds like that. Sleep is ripped from me and I shoot up from the couch with a scream. I see Mason standing before me as if shielding me. Broken glasses everywhere. Oh shit, and there, standing on the shattered window frame with the rusty bat in hand, is Nacht. Knew you were squatters here. It was the darndest thing, let me tell you. Here I am, trying to enter my cafe, and you know what I found? Bunch of wards. Believe that? On my territory. Not yours. You gave it to me. Weren't you there? I can't think. I don't get this. How'd he get up here? How is he balancing like that? Magic! What am I supposed to do? Of course. I should have thought of it. Of course Graves would give my property away. The hell wouldn't he? Ain't like he plays fair. You don't seem to be playing that fair yourself, dude. So I say to myself, I bet he didn't arm his floor. Classic mistake, yeah? And wouldn't you know it, he ain't got him up here. Lucky he didn't get robbed, bless his heart. Step in. Go on. Dare ya. You don't mess with Mason. Calm yourself, missy. I'm talking basic security stuff that discourages you right from the crooks and what have you. Turns out he only forgot to ward his windows. I gotta stay right here, and it's a damn shame that could get glass all up in my boots. Why does this matter? Why does he keep talking to us? His words lap at my ear like dark, soothing waves, almost as if they're trying to slip in. The air tastes like metal. What do you want? Leave us alone. You already said you can't get in, just give up and leave. No can do. See, I got my mind set on taking him for all he's worth, and once I'm all set, well, I ain't gonna spoil it for ya. These wards are gonna get weaker and weaker, but I ain't. That's a good point, actually. Graves can't be dead because his wards are still in place, even if the cat curse broke. One day I'm gonna push on him, and then he snaps his fingers. Oof. So let's negotiate. How about you give up and give me the building? Why do you want the cat cafe? It's a cafe with cats. Why do you want it? Also, you know who else could do cool things with snappy fingers? Mason. Just saying. Would you like to be set on fire? I wish I had somebody to throw it to him. Throw Mason! I've never been angrier at Grace for keeping such a clean apartment. I can't make any magic like this. Gotta think fast. I can't beat this guy with skill alone. We'll have to get crafty. I grab Mason's sleeve. When she looks at me, I lean in and murmur in her ear. Mason, I need trash. What? I'm going to just stop looking really angry and intimidating for a second and just, what? For my magic. My magic only works on trash. Oh, I relate to you on so many levels, Avery Grey. What? My brain's going into overdrive. I feel the wheels turning, but I need more time to figure something out. If only I had a distraction. Just stop for me a bit, okay? I gotta come up with something. Yeah, alright. Mason's got one mode of distraction, and it's intimidation. She walks up to Noct and gives him a solid push to the chest. He must be magically glued to the window still because he doesn't budge. She leans in closer, close enough that he has to feel her breath, and smiles. You. Meet me out front. Let's settle this. No magic, no weapons, no nonsense. Just you, me, and our fists. You ain't got a clue, do you? I'm not here for fun. Yeah, you are. Look at that grin. You're out hunting. I know just the type. Just another thug looking for a thrill. Oh, yeah. Remind you of any of your old friends, Mason? Yeah, she's right. You're a two-bit punk, picking on baby witches. You don't want to put up a fight. That's good, Mason. Stole some more. Don't waste your time, I got a real long temper. But I got no problem with honouring last requests. Meet me out front, Missy. And you better scoot with her, kitten. Wouldn't want you plotting anything while I'm gone, Yeah. Whatever. Mason cracks her knuckles in her neck. She gives me a wave and disappears back downstairs. Noct is staring at me, waiting. I don't want to be up here by myself with him, but I need to do something first. I duck into the kitchen and grab a bag from the recycling bin. I'll worry about what's in here later, but for now, I gotta go. Forget something? Just taking out the trash? Quit your strolling unless you want to lose the chance to say your goodbyes. I scurry for the door. I've got the bag of recycling over my shoulder when I bust through the front door. Everyone else is in there as they crowd around the door as I head out. I'm surprised to say it, but Noct is true to his word. He leaves his bat at Graves' feet. What a jerk. Reese looks ready to go out and punch Noct himself, but Landry restrains him. Landry's right, I wouldn't want to get between those two. They circle each other, snarling like dogs goading each other. Mason's the first to strike. Oh, be careful, Mason. She lunges at Noct faster than I've ever moved in my life. She only barely misses, knocking him out again. I think he took a hit, but he's pretty quick and his back's to me. It's hard to see what's happening. It's all a mess of fists and fury. He swings, but Mason is faster and good at dodging. I think Noct might tire himself out and make this easier on her. I wonder if that's her plan. You're not very good at this. I'm just a little rusty. Oh god, it's a pun. That's not allowed. Ugh, this guy. That's all the opening Mason needs. She decks him in the jaw so hard I'm not sure he has teeth anymore. It hurts to look at. But he doesn't move. He looks down and grins. He's not hurt. Not even a little. Mason is. She doubles over, clutching her wrist. Mason! What did he do? Does he have a steel jaw? Is he hiding something? I rush to her side, but her head whips up and she stares me down. I stop. Don't touch me! Before I can ask why, she opens her hand. No. Her other hand is frozen in a fist. More accurately, it's rusted shut. You said no magic! I lied. If I don't do something quick, we'll have 2 rust statues in the front yard of the cafe. 3 probably, because he'll come for me next. I can't let that happen. I can't let Mason get hurt like this. I reach into the recycling bag. Here goes nothing. If you're going to use magic, so can I. Okay. I pull out a plastic jug and use my magic to wrap it around my hands. I harden it into something more substantial, something sharper. I try my best to at least make it look a little cool. I don't know if they'll make full-arm brass knuckles. I think I just made this up. If they did, they sure as hell wouldn't make them out of recycled plastic. But hell, I don't have any better ideas. Let's go. I've never been in a fight in my life. Well, unless you count that time in 4th grade. But now's not the time for semantics. I'm counting this one as my actual first. Plastic. Magic ain't plumbing, kitten. It don't work that way. Graves should have taught you that. Graves didn't teach me, okay? He left his grimoire around for me to look at. You don't think in fights, right? You just go on guts and instinct, right? I hope to anything listening that I'm right and throw a punch. Ha! What was that? Oh, you're too much. He just walks by me, chuckling, straight over to Graves and to his bat. He picks it up and points in the distance like he's calling a home run. Oh, you artwork. I gotta do something before this kills me. Too cute. Let's end this, yeah? He swings the bat softly like he's playing t-ball instead of hardball. All I can think to do is hold up my pathetic plastic bracers and hope that it blocks the hit and the magic. It actually does. I kick his shin, but I'd have better results kicking a rusted wall. This is pointless. What am I even doing? He raises his bat again. But Mason catches it. Mason! Fire! Yes! Don't you dare touch her. Mason, no! You'll make the rust spread. I lunge to pull her back, but it's like moving a statue. I look up, and she's not rusted at all. She's fire. A blue flame glows around her hands like a simmering stovetop. Rust crackles away from the metal bat. Oh my gosh! You know how to loosen a rusty bolt? Holy crap. Are her fingers digging into the metal? And how is she moving her hand? Apply heat. I can see Noct straining to wrench the bat free. She's got him. Wait, he could just let go of it and rust her with his hands again, couldn't he? I can't let that happen. I tear off the stupid plastic gauntlet off my hand and melt it into a sticky mess. Then, here goes nothing. I throw myself at Noct and loop the plastic between his wrists and the bat. Try dropping it now, scumbucket. Tss. Noct struggles to free himself, but Landry and Reese join us, glowing gloves equipped, to hold him in place. Mason wrenches her hands away. The rusty bat snaps like a rotten tree trunk. Your move, buddy. Or, wait, you can't move at all, can you? Better turn Graves back and promise to leave us alone, or Melson's gonna melt the rest of you. Noct doesn't answer. He stares behind us with an expression so fierce I worry it might also melt metal. It's quite alright, Avery. Graves! What? I whirl around. Rust falls from Graves in grotesque, crackling flakes. Nacht. Leave here and do not return, or else my coven and I will make certain your next destination is somewhere whence you cannot truly return. Before that, humour me, will you? Do you think raising a scrappy little army is going to save you? Cute idea, good in theory, but I know what you are, Graves. Can't say I know when, but I know you're going to stop faking it. You're going to slip, and that's when you'll find me instead. Just go already? So pushy, Kim. I see why you both get on so well. Now, if you'll let me go, I'll be on my way. Landry, Reese, and Mason stare at me expectantly. What am I supposed to do? I look to Graves. Let him go. The rust largely came from the bat. He won't be able to make any more for a while. Landry and Reese let go, but like hell I'm going to undo the plastic. He can figure that out himself. Oh, he just snaps it in half with brute force. He blows us a kiss as he walks backwards. It might be a trick of the eyes, but it looks like he's sinking. With each step he falls further into the asphalt like he's walking into the ocean, or it parts for him like water as he walks. Then he's submerged, gone. We all exhale, like the air just returned to the world. Reese returns to Graves. I run to Mason. Mason, oh my god, did that rusty jerk hurt you? How's your hand? I'm fine, see? Nothing even left. You are so clever. I gave the cafe back to Graves, of course. I don't want to be responsible for that. Even on a non-magical level, I'm the manager. He's been helpful around the place now, though he's still out and in and out as much as always. He seems more relaxed though, you know? Like he's got less on his mind. I thought Mason would go work for her grandpa, but she's still here. Said they'd drive each other up the wall if they worked together. Yeah, that's fair. She also said this place would fall apart without her. Also true. She's not wrong. Oh, they're both wearing little kerchiefs. I do what I can to help now. She's such a good teacher that I've actually gotten good at baking. I gotta say, my strawberry shortcake is amazing. Her grandpa's a big help too. He's here for lunch every day and he always gives me his opinion. He's real gruff about it, of course, but that just makes the rare compliments shine even more. It pushes me to improve. I hate getting up so early, but otherwise it's a lot of fun working in the kitchen. Mason says I should become a real patissier. I'm kind of thinking about it. What do you think? Pretty good turnaround from being a lump on my aunt's couch, don't you think? Oh. Yay. Is that it? I think that might be it. Yeah! Oh, that was fun. I liked that. I don't exactly know how that all worked out in the end, and what Nat's exact deal was, and why exactly the rust stopped working, but all's well that ends well. And the most important thing is that, you know, we got together with Mason. I mean, what? I mean, come on, it's a dating sim. That's the thing that matters. Okay. Since I don't really have anyone to banter with over the closing credits, I'm going to go ahead and probably just fade out. Thank you all very much for joining me. I guess I'll have to figure out what I'm going to play next in 12 Games of Giftmas. Well, watch this space. Thank you everyone for joining me. Take care, and good night.